of bullish activity in several of those stocks and in KWeb in particular this week. So I think this is a good place to buy some calls.
This feels like a trade Tony might want to be in on.
Couldn't agree more. Very similar to the ARK trade we put out 2 weeks ago. Looking for bottom fishing here in ARK, in KWeb.
Time now for the final call. Carter.
Consumer staples, I'm a seller.
Tony Zhang.
Time to be a buyer in Netflix, selling a put spread.
And Mike Coe.
I'm buying puts in XLP, and I'm long Antero Resources, the stock. And if you're interested, I think call spread risk reversals are a good way to get in here.
All right, that does it for us here on Options Action. We'll see you back here next Friday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Have a great Memorial Day weekend, everybody. Meantime, do not go anywhere. A CNBC special Crypto Night in America starts right now.
And tonight on the CNBC special hour of Crypto Night in America, markets heading higher, the Dow breaking an 8-week losing streak, the S&P ending a 7-week slide, both having their best week since November of 2020. The Nasdaq also climbing 1,000 points just this week. Crypto, on the other hand, falling out of step with the Nasdaq. Bitcoin, which had traded in tandem with tech stocks, falling more than 1% this week. Tonight, we got every angle of cryptocurrencies covered, from companies holding billions on their balance sheets to individuals investing in their retirement accounts. We'll get the latest on stablecoins. We're going to take some of your questions, plus our famous Crypto Night panel. It is back. Welcome, everyone, to this CNBC special, Crypto Night in America. I'm Frank Holland. Mad Money's Jim Cramer. He is off tonight. Let's take a look at some of the big cryptocurrencies and just how much they're off their recent highs. We're looking at Bitcoin right now, almost 60% off of its recent high. Ether, more than 60% off of its recent high. Ripple, about 80% off of its 52-week high. How did we get here? Back in early November of 2021, we're going to show you the chart right here. Bitcoin hit its all-time high right over here, above 68,000. Then, as you can see, it started to pull back just a little bit. Then just a few weeks later, the Omicron variant hit right around here. And then investors, they started shedding riskier assets on concerns about the global economy. And then we moved forward. Right around the start of the Ukraine war, we saw a bit of a spike in cryptocurrencies. Crypto made a bit of a mini rally with some betting on it for safety. But then in late March, when President Biden said that Putin cannot remain in power, we saw another big sell-off. We see the decline from there. And we all know what happens after that. That's where we are today. During much of 2022, Bitcoin and the Nasdaq 100, the biggest tech stocks, they appeared to be highly correlated, moving together. You can see the trend going on right here. But then, about like a last few weeks or so, we've seen a bit of a divergence right around here, leading to new questions about Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and what's going on in this space. Well, one thing we know for sure, there's a lot going on in this space. So before you take your eye off the ball this holiday weekend, let's take a look at what we can expect from crypto. The stock market, that's closed on Monday. But remember, crypto, that trades 24/7, 365. So, of course, that means that asset class will continue trading over Memorial Day. And it could be shaping up to be a wild day of trading. Our own Kate Rooney joins us with much more. Kate?
Hi, Frank. Yeah, crypto will be one of the few asset classes trading on Monday while U.S. markets are closed for Memorial Day. And analysts are expecting some big price swings. It's mainly because of a lack of liquidity, meaning there's fewer people out there trading, so just a handful of larger trades could trigger outsized spikes in either direction, not just on the downside. Fundstrat pulled some of the data on this and found that in recent years, crypto trading volumes have fallen off a cliff during major U.S. holidays. July 4th tends to see the biggest declines, followed by Martin Luther King Day. Then you've got Memorial Day and Labor Day pretty much tied. New Year's Day is one of the big outliers. There actually tends to be more trading on January 1st. Fundstrat here is looking at the average change compared to the 30-day moving average. And it also underlines how widely adopted Bitcoin now is in the U.S. Fundstrat found that Bitcoin tends to perform better during U.S. trading hours, and that really wasn't the case 4 years ago, when the asset class was much bigger in Asia than it was in the U.S. Another factor that could add to volatility on Monday, record leverage in crypto right now. That's measured by the Bitcoin leverage ratio, which has been climbing since February. It's now at an all-time high, and if Bitcoin were to move sharply in either direction, it could catch those leveraged investors offsides, and as Fundstrat puts it, compound a move in either direction. On top of all of that, Bitcoin is still very much tied to the macro outlook, which is still looking tough for riskier assets with quantitative tightening starting and the Fed raising rates. Bitcoin right now very much struggling to avoid its 9th straight week of declines. It's been trading sideways for most of the week here. Frank, back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Kate. Great setup there. Joining me now to talk more about the volatility in crypto and to really hash out the bull and the bear case for this asset class is our expert panel. Skybridge Capital founder Anthony Scaramucci, Duke Law professor Lee Reiners, and CoinShares Chief Strategy Officer Meltem Demirors. Meltem, Lee, and Anthony, thank you for being here. Hope you're getting your Friday off to a good start. We're going to jump right into this. Meltem, ladies first, I want to ask you, in a few words, a few phrases, where are we at in the state of cryptocurrency?
The phrase is very simple: fear, uncertainty, doubt. There is a lot of fear out there. There's a lot of uncertainty about direction. And as a result, we're seeing investors pulling back. We've seen buying of the dip. A couple of weeks ago, we saw the largest week of inflows and Bitcoin started its decline. This past week, we saw around 140 million of outflows. So we're keeping our eye on how that expression of sentiment plays out in the market with people positioning either long or short.
All right, Meltem, fair to say that you are a bull when it comes to cryptocurrency. Lee, I'm going to go to you. I think it's fair to say you're a bit of a bear, at least. If you had to put it in a few words, a few sentences, what would you say the state of cryptocurrency is right now?
Well, good evening, Frank. And the way things are going right now, this might be the last crypto night in America. So I just want to say to Anthony and Meltem, it's been an honor to share the spotlight with you here. 40% of Bitcoin holders are underwater right now. And, this was inevitable. And I've been saying this for quite a while because, the only reason people have been buying digital assets is because they think they can sell them to someone else at a higher price in the future. And eventually the supply of greater fools runs out. And I think that's what's happened. And the problem, if you're trying to assess whether or not crypto is oversold, is what is the methodology you're relying upon? And there's no cash flow. There's no fundamentals. It's an asset that trades entirely on sentiment. And right now that sentiment is negative, and there's no indication that it's going to turn positive anytime soon, especially now that interest rates are rising.
Lee, that was more than a few words, but it was spicy, so I liked it. Anthony, we're going to give you the next chance to hit this one. I mean, what is the state of cryptocurrency right now? Where are we at?
Well, just two quick things. Frank, you left out the Luna Terra debacle in your preamble, and that caused a shockwave through the markets. And I think it's causing a cleansing of the markets and a lot of the altcoins in the space. And then secondarily, what I would say to Lee is I wish he'd come to Crypto Bahamas with us, where Melton was explaining to people the use cases, the broadening of the Lightning Network, and he would have seen that there's billions of dollars of capital entering the space, including the Andreessen Horowitz $4.5 billion capital raise that they announced this week. And so I like following the numbers. And where are the numbers? Use cases are going up, wallets are going up, and there's exponential growth in the industry. But like all early technology, you have these waves of volatility. And as Melton said, fear and uncertainty and doubt is the lead right now. And I predict until we get a cash ETF approved in the United States, Lee's working against that, I'm working for it, we'll probably see this thing languishing for a period of time. But when we get the cash ETF, I think we'll be off to the races. And remember, Fidelity made an announcement that they're putting this stuff in their 401k product offering. So I think very good times are ahead. We just have to be patient.
Yeah, we're going to touch on that in a minute. And by the way, I think all of us just wish we were in the Bahamas, whether it was crypto Bahamas or not. While you're talking, Anthony, let me just ask you a question. You touched on Luna and Terra really quick. A lot of people are concerned about that. It's caused a lot of concern in the market, but it hasn't really trickled